Right. Oh, it's hot. Jesus, it's not when you play the dog anyway. Right, I'm back. Can people hear me? Oh God, what are you doing? Yeah, good. Right, that's all good. 38 minutes. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. That's all fine. Ground services. What I need to have a quick look at. Get this back in here. It's only going to take 2 minutes to set this up. You alright, buddy? Buggering off. Oh, it's, no, that's just not right. It's, oh, it was. Yeah. No. I tell you why. That's this one. Operational flight plan. Can we sync? Good. That's what I want. Right. There we go. Right. The important thing, regulated landing distance. I'm just going to cheat everyone. I'm just going to use FlySmart because I'm actually quite interested to see if there's any potential discrepancies between what I've got and what Phoenix has got. Arrival. Right, pick a 320. That'll do. Dispatch 20. What's the wind? 200. Let's go 5. 21. 1017. Dry. Off. Is it dry? It is dry. Right. So maximum landing weight structural is 64.5. 67.8 up, good, so that's not going to be any problems at all. So yeah, there is a dispatch landing distance calculation, but that is all good, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Weather's all good. Palma's fine, en route was fine. Southampton was... Let's have a quick look at it again. 20010, good veers, broken clouds, that's all fine. What's a TAF? 8,000 metres, still Cat 1, be coming. Midday today, prop 30, 4,000 metres, range result missed, yeah, well, still Cat 1, so it's fine. Okay. Good, so it's doable technically. There's no no-times I remember seeing, that's going to affect us. Gatwick, Ocean will be good. What's that? That's tough. What's the actual meter? Fine, Cat 1. Tempo 800s. 1200s, 800s. 9,000 metres. That's in broken off 400, but that's later on today. No, that's fine. Good. Okay, so there's not really any reason to take any extra fuel again. Just do it that way. Oh, there we go, it's easy. So that's 536, yeah. So fuel, payload's good. Good underloads. Trips fine. 7. Wow, 7.1 again. That's fine. We got half an hour, so we got a boards just about. They're always keen to get us going, so let's just get going. 31, yeah. Let's say 7.1. Done. Load aircrafts. Real time. Good. Alright, that's that done. APU still on. That's all fine. Fuel is doing. Right, let's sort this out. URB easy. 83 Link Charlie. Cost index 4. Get you in. Uh, 56.2. So that's about a ton. Trago 2-4 rights. Trago 2 alpha. Rival minus. Threat on Sierra, I think it was. Sierra, good. That's done. Cruise 360 minus 51. 33. Oh, we never did do that procedure, did we? I wonder if we can do that actually. We haven't had a wing leak. Bleed wing leak mirror message, but if we go like that, blue hydraulic, that's on. Scare the crap out of the fuel, that flat one. Should just be slats. There we go. Slats are out. Just have to remember to put that back to normal. That's done, that's done. Yeah, the emergency procedure possibly. Find the manual. Progress LEPA24 left. Perfect, come back to a second. Do that. Secondary. Do that now. Pretty standard, I think, this one. Spain. Palma. So 2-4 right, standard 16 feet left turns to Mike Juliet Victor. Okay. Yeah, I remember. Oh, no, I didn't need to do that because that's the old one. Okay, you said. LEPA24 left, 240, 15. Stop.
Palma traffic, München Airways 134 is inbound Obomo. Continue with ILS runway 24 left.
that's done. How we doing? Bleed. Those aren't too bad. Right, what was the ATIS? 1925, 83.
Palma Airport Information Golf 1100 Zulu. Wind 228 at 20. Visibility 6. Sky condition, few clouds at 6,700 feet, few clouds at 14,300 feet. Temperature, tree. Dew point 10. QNH to 9.907. ILS Yankee Runway 24 right and ILS Yankee Runway 24 left in use. Landing and departing runway 24 right and runway 24 left. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have golf.
So that's Bravo. 1015. 12, 33. Good. Hey Arthur. That's much at Triangle. Not that one. Triangle, that one there. Probably. Yeah. Just in case. There you go. Alice Sulu. 24 left. So right, so that's that done. So we've got a load sheets. Irises there look good. Let's see. Select. Do I have an No. Don't know. What am I doing anyway? Load sheets. Alright, we've got 56.3. Hey Tom. 31.9.
Tom Jet 1 Echo Tango at holding point November 1.
Tom Jet 1 Echo Tango, wind 230 degrees, 12 knots, runway 24 right, clear for takeoff from interstation on the 1.
Runway 24 right, clear for takeoff, Tom Jet 1 Echo Tango.
Wind 134, 32, stand 42, via South, Kilo, Lima.
Confirm,
Send 42 via South, Kilo, Lima, München Airways 134, thank you.
Extra fuel. What's the difference between complete and fast? Well, one's fast and one takes longer break, I suppose. But you need to do a complete rear-line on certain conditions. So first flight of the day, if the crew's changed, if the IRS position is outside the limits, which is a table for that in the SOP document, which I will be making at some point. But just a quick rear line. Just if you just think it's a little bit outside, then you can just do a quick rear line effectively. What do I get now? Off 63.2. One done, sync that's 230 at 12, 33, 1015, good. Let's go November 1. Excellent, 38, 40, 41. 68. Thrust acceleration is a little bit higher, noise abatements. 1508. Yeah. Oh, come on. Edge out, that'll be fine anyway, that's fine. Alright, that's done. 668. 760, yeah, that's pretty close.
Tom Jet 1 Echo Tango, monitor Unicorn on frequency 122.80. Good fly and thank you. See you. Bye bye.
122.8 Tom Jet 1 Echo Tango. Thank you. Goodbye.
What's the stop altitude on this one? 6,000, I think. Try go 2 Alpha 6,000, yeah. Good, no, that's all done. That's all done. Are we doing for the fuel? Fuel is done. Hello, mate. You're right. Yeah, good boy. Now the flaps are coming. The flaps should be out. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's done. That's done. That's done. Let's put them back in. Done. Right, I think we're ready to go again. Edit page is done. That's good. That's all good. Bit of extra fuel. Flight plans all in. Target to Alpha. RadNav is fine. So we might shoot it effect as soon as we're going to go. Let's go on the left side because that's the time we're going to go. Progress is good. 3.6. Yeah, 3.6 will work. That's fine. Go Good noise.
Mountain 134, welcome to Palma. Thank you for your play and have a nice time. Cheers, bye bye.
Thank you for service. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Mission Airways 134.
3 and what was the MDA? 230, 239. Good. Done. Palma Tower, good afternoon. EC8, it's 3 Lima Charlie, stand 25, good information, Bravo, requesting clearance to Southampton, please.
EC83 Lima Charlie, good day. Palma Tower, clear to Southampton, Echo Golf Hotel India, via Drago 2 Alpha departure, runway 24 right, initial 6,000 feet, squawk 6203, information Bravo.
Thank you very much. Cleared Southampton as filed. Drago 2 Alpha departure, initially 6,000 feet on 24 right and squawk 6203, EC83 Lima Charlie.
EC83 Lima Charlie, rebut is correct.
6203, done. Morning, Chumi. Do you have to correct FPA from there? Yeah, I mean there is. It's complicated. Where is it? It's in. Guys, in the flight crew training manual. That is. Because yeah, the flight path angle is. It's not corrected for cold weather, so it's inaccurate when it is cold, very very cold. So the flight path angle displayed on the PFD is not the true flight path angle, potentially, if it's really cold, if that makes sense. So you can correct it, but it's not as straightforward, I don't think. It's like they don't really give you straightforward corrections. You've sort of got to just guess and just go, oh well, we're a bit high, so let's just you know, go down a bit faster. So it's not quite as obvious as just altitude corrections. Alright, so I don't know whether the flaps haven't come back in. Oh well, don't matter. There you go, once the engine started. Right, how are we doing? So I think we're all set up. Look at this. How are we doing for the loading? Can't be far off. Ground services. The bags are done. Yeah, bags are done. And it's another 12 passengers or so that's good, so they're all done. So again, another little quick brief. Back in Palma. Big picture stuff, weather's still good, it's lovely, no problems getting out of here, no problems getting back in again, it's a lovely clear day. Weather en route's fine as well, a bit cloudy back in Southampton, but it should be fine. The aircraft's still good, nothing else is broken apart from weather radar, but we know about that, so we're happy to take it. No TAMs, bit of work in progress apparently on the northern taxiway over here, apparently, but I don't think it's going to affect the departure out to runway.
Tower, Buenos Aires, good afternoon, Lufthansa 866 at gate 22, request of clearance to Hamburg, information, Bravo on board.
So in terms of taxi, probably just do 2-engine, be a push out
Out
of Fox, possibly maybe face that way down November 1 departure.
Clear to Hamburg via Mero 3 Alpha departure, runway 24 right,
still,
initial
same
5,000
on the way in.
feet,
7,000 feet really within 25 miles of the airport, it's probably worst case, but so we're going to be fishing, and we're going to be sort of departing this way anyway. Anything that goes wrong after departure, we're going to be turning left.
Lufthansa 866, clear to Hamburg via Mero 3 Alpha departure, runway 24 right, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 6202, squawk 6202, Lufthansa 866.
That's cleared. That's on the clearance. 6,000 feet is on the FCU as well. Radouts, Mike Julia Victor Hutching that side for the left-hand turn. GPS runway high, 36 is fine, perf is good. It's fuel with a little bit extra. Secondary is all good as well, so that's pretty much the brief done.
Palma
So
Tower,
that's
good
pretty much
afternoon.
it. Just see if
Speedbird
we can do.
875, stand 50, information Bravo A320, requesting IFR clearance to Southampton, please.
Oh, we got somebody following us. Was that Nick?
Speedbird 875, buenos días, Palma Tower, clear to Southampton.
Still wrapping my head seeing these jet pilots.
Well,
Well, I think he's deserved it, to be fair, Rocksteady.
Runway 2
I don't think that
right.
blue hydraulic pressurizes flaps. Yeah, exactly, Emery. It should do. So I'm not too sure when the flaps came out there. That was a bit of an odd oddity. Because they should be held up with the pressure from the yellow and the green system. So I think that's probably just a bug, I would say. Maybe just some system anomaly that's not been quite modelled perfectly. But it shouldn't be a problem. I mean, as soon as we get going, let's get the engine started. Obviously, the
Palma, good morning, easy 211, 5 miles from 24 left.
Unless it's a failure, in which case we might be AG.
Buenos días, Palma Tower, Palma Tower.
When you have a second mate, need access for your pilot, turn down the ATC output volume in the settings.
Runway 24 left, clear to land.
Okay, well, yeah, I just chatted over it, didn't I?
Clear land 24 left, QNH
is it easier just to
thank
do
you very
that,
much.
and then just shut them up, and then I can brief again? Just let me know if that's easier, I'll just go through it again, the brief is pretty straightforward. As I nearly bore off my squash down my face. Was that dark, Nick? Sorry, I'm terribly sorry. How's the battery doing? It's fine, good, still good. Is the noise still going to explode? Yeah, PC still sounds like it's going to explode. How long we got? 12 minutes, that's fine. You can reset, don't need you anymore. Boarding's complete, excellent, good. That's them done. Now they've closed up, got rid of everything, it's fine, don't need the external power. Yeah, he's good, you can go. Ground services, you can bugger off. Thank you, Johnson Combs, good. Right, we're just ready to push. And, well, New Academy have a low sheet as well, that's the other thing. Accept, you have to accept that, I thought. Just with the low sheet. Yeah, right, okay, I'm with you now, Gav, while you do it. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to brief really, is there, buddy? I suppose it's straightforward, taxi straightforward, just 2 engine. We will probably go, no, not that chart yet, pleb, parking chart. So yeah, we'll probably have a push facing sort of northeast or south west, and go right over via Foxtrot on the Lincoln North. We've got November 1 intersection figures, so we can take full length as well, right, Echo, and then down the north. There's work in progress somewhere along here, so wherever they send us. Drago departure straightforward, 6,000. And we just basically fly as per the chart. Obviously the MSC 7,000, really worst case to the north, but we're going to be visual of that. The route's all in there, so boxes all set up. Nothing really special in there, slightly different thrust function acceleration altitudes. But that's really it, 6,000's the stop altitude and the squawks in. So, there's a load sheet. Perfect. It's all going very well. That one. Load sheet. So, what we've got? So, if you weight 56.3, so that's spot on. Takeoff weight 63.1, so that's less as well as the speeds of valids. So, if you weight 30.5, so yeah, that's wind 2, so that's not a problem. Got the fuel on. 27 is the actual takeoff trim. Ends. What was that? Bing. Was that V Pilot? Was it the sim? Was it an email? Broadcasts. I don't care. Right, so we're good. So we're ready to go. I can go. That's done. So we need to do the checklist again. I've actually did the parking checks. What are you binging for? Hopefully the banner works this time. It looks a little bit better. If the landing rate mods, I think will work as well. Right, anyway, where was I? So, copy preparation checklist. The aircraft acceptance is being completed. Fuel quantity is 7 tons. It's balanced. Seatbelts are on. ADRS is. Yeah, we had 3 in green within limits, and the barrel ref is 1016. So we are good to go. I can ignore it. Oh, good. As long as I haven't done anything wrong. Palma Tower, EC 83 Lima Charlie on stand 25, ready, push to start.
EC 83 Lima Charlie, start up and pushback facing east, approved, QNH 1015.
Okay, thanks. QNH 1015 now, face east, push start approved, stand 25, EC 83 Lima Charlie. Right, I'll do that in a second. Let's do this first. So, pre-plan that, face east, so as expected out of Foxtrots. Good. Checks below, officer starts, even parking brake is set, takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, speedies are flight mode, doors are closed and armed, and the beacon is on.
Descent 5913, runway 24 left, vacated via Sierra 2.
Magic Sun 5913, taxi to stand 48 via South Link Angle.
Are you going to work again?
Stand 48 via South Link and Golf, Magic Sun 5913.
Stop pushback. What did I do last time? I can't even remember.
Magic Sun 5913, correction. Taxi to stand 48 via South Kilo and Lima.
Ground, stand by.
Stand 48 via South Kilo at Lima, Magic Sun 5913.
Thank you.
Speedbird 875 ready for taxi.
Speedbird 875, taxi to holding point, runway 24 right via Golf, Link and North.
Taxi to holding point 24 right via Golf, Link and North. Speedbird 875.
Equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Palma Tower, good afternoon, right now, 1 Echo Mike.
Standing by for pushback.
Buenos días, Palma Tower, Ryanair 1 Echo Mike, go ahead.
1 Echo Mike, A320 stand 150, we copied information Charlie, request IFR clearance to Alicante.
Ryanair 1 Echo Mike, information Charlie correct, standby for clearance, your flight plane notice correct.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for
Roger.
start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start.
Parking brakes are
Easy 211 on stand, thank you for the controlling, see ya.
Back. You can start the engine.
211, welcome to Palma,
Yeah, we'll
thank you
start
very
in
much
the
for your
sequence.
play, have a nice time, cheers, bye bye.
Right, anyway, that's good. So, engine mode selector is ignition start. Good, 4030, nice. Standing one.
Lufthansa 8 Tango 66, request startup and pushback.
Lufthansa 8 Tango 666, start up and pushback facing east, approved, QNH 1015.
Starting with Pushback, approved, tracing east, QNH 1015, Lufthansa 1866.
Ryanair 1 Echo Mike, Palma.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. According your route and your final flight level, your the correct airway is uniform Mike C603, not Romeo 59.
Roger, we're checking that. We'll come back to you.
Yeah, that's good. Parking brake is set.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake. Parking brake set. Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft. Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect. Roger. Good engine start. Clear to disconnect. Have a good flight. Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Royal Air Maroc 778, buenos días, Palma Tower, clear to Nápoles Cappuccino via Morse 3 Alpha, Mike, Oscar, Romeo, Sierra, 3 Alpha, runway 24 right, initial 5,000 feet, squawk 6205, information Charlie.
Air Maroc 78 is clear to Naples Airport via Morse 3 Alpha. Departure runway 24 right.
Well, I think did we say this the other day, Gav? Like, I'll take it out in the morning, and then you can bring it back in the afternoon or something. Because I seem to be generally more stream in the morning, where you can do evenings. It's just, I don't know, could be interesting.
And Ryanair 1 Echo Mike, flight path has been modified. We are ready to copy clearance when you are.
Good, right, this is all clear, so the aft starts.
EC83 Lima Charlie, Palma?
Yeah, stand by 30 seconds, EC83 Lima Charlie. Aft starts, anti-ice is off, ecom status is checked, pitch trim is 28.7%,
wind 230 degrees, 12 knots, runway 24 right, clear for takeoff.
Very clear for takeoff, stipulation 5.
And Palma, EC83 Lima Charlie is ready for taxi.
EC83 Lima Charlie, taxi to holding point runway 24 right via Foxtrot, link and north.
Thanks very much, taxi the holding point 24 left, sorry, it's 24 right even, Foxtrot, link and north, EC83 Lima Charlie. That's wrong, isn't it? 83.
Ryanair 1 Echo Mike, Palma Tower, clear to destination Alicante via Baber 3 Alpha departure, runway 24 right, initial 4,000 feet, squawk 6211.
Up to the north and then to the holding points.
So we are clear to Alicante via Baver 3 Alpha departure out of runway 24 right, initial climb 4,000 feet, squawk 6211, Ryanair 1 Echo Mike.
Ryanair 1 Echo Mike, reback is correct.
Lufthansa 8 Tango 66, request taxi.
Lufthansa 8 Tango 6,
brake checks.
taxi to holding point, runway 24 right via Foxtrot, link and north, behind traffic Airbus 320 in front of you, company Air.
Right, flight controls.
Taxi to holding point 24 right via Foxtrot, link and north, and regards traffic insights, Lufthansa 8 Tango 66.
Neutral, full left rudder, full right rudder, neutral, donut. That's done. That's done. That's all on. That's good, that's good. That should have been off. It's on. Compared to performance then, we've got November 1 figures, got full length, so probably going to go from there. So the speeds I've banded, takeoff weight was the same. Engine out departure was as brief, should head 1600 feet left, turns to Mike Juliet. Victor departure is Drago 1 Alpha, is on the clearance, and it's in the box down here. And all clear that way, we're stopping at 6000, which is blue on the PFD.
Silver 875, monitor Unicorn on frequency 122.80 for traffic information. Goodbye and thank you very much. Bye bye.
Over to Unicorn 122.80, thank you for your service. You'll be a bit 875.
Good, at the 3 minutes. And taxi Charlie's flight controls checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMA climb now blue 152. Radar predicted wind shear is on. ECAM memos take off no blue, and EFBs are stowed and disconnected. Easy 8's 3 Lima Charlie Swift departure.
Easy 8C Lima Charlie, wind 230 degrees, 12 knots, runway 24 right, clear for takeoff.
24 right, clear takeoff, easy 8-3 Lima Charlie. Alright, live checklist coming up. Approach looks clear.
Palma, this is Royal 8 Super Pushback.
Royal Airmark 778, the startup and pushback facing east, approved 281015.
Line up checklist. Cabin is gear for takeoff. Takeoff runway 24 right, full length. It's confirmed. Let's confirm TCAS is TRA and patch 1 and 2 is off. That's good. Let's go.
Generating the 66 line up after starting aircraft.
Flex 67 SRS runway. Large nice chance.
Hi there, 1 Echo Mike, request push and start, stand 150.
781 Echo Mike, startup and pushback facing east, approved 281015.
Push and start approved facing east, QNH 1015, and 1 Echo Mike.
Let's climb.
CC 83 Lima Charlie, monitor Unicorn on 122.80, goodbye and thank you for your places. Have next time, bye bye.
Thanks very much, Unicorn 122.80, TCA 3 Lima Charlie, thanks so much, have a good day. 0.
Lufthansa 8 Tango 6, runway 24 right,
Ya lo ponemos en los 4000.
It's back axis, is that overfly? No, not really. Smooth. Is that overfly? Don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. 6. Do. Is it standard? Yeah, sounds cross checks. 360 blue. Sausage roll, Mark, that sounds good. I haven't got any lunch here, I've got nothing in the house. Cereal, that's about it. Dog biscuits. There's always a lovely view out the right hand side. Got Shagaloof down here. That's always pretty colourful at night. And then you often see little yachts and various little motor craft all down here in the bays, very, very pretty. Colour's a bit, it's a bit sort of one-dimensional here. It's actually, you get lots of sort of greens and blues and transparencies. It's all very, very pretty along here. It's a very, very nice island actually, Palma. It's massive as well on the ground. How are we doing? There we go, it's 10. It's 0. That's in. That nose can go. Just only the crew. Airports. That's 36. 36 is good. Leave the secondary for a little bit. Say, standard. And demolish plan. Fine. Santa Ponza, yes, something like that. I don't know the areas particularly well, but they look very nice every time we fly over the top. Right, what's my ETA? Going before the missus gets home. This is good, so expecting 1425. Yeah, looks right. 14, yeah, about 15 minutes in, should be good. Get me message, control again. Yeah, very good. Can I have 2 sausage rolls? Is that greedy? Or if they're Greg's sausage rolls, they're pretty good, aren't they? Alright, got to 2. That's well. So, on 5 past, so just under 2 hours. Beside David Attenborough. So I don't think you can beat David Attenborough, can you? If you've got David Attenborough and Morgan Freeman, I mean probably the two best known voices, and maybe is it Earl Jones, Darth Vader. You could have those 3 talk about anything and probably send you asleep. That might sound really interesting. We've got the ATC online. That's me. Gatwick. Diverted there. Oh, Gatwick's busy. Gatwick's always busy. When are they going to update the frequencies for places like Gatwick? Because the frequencies there now, in Vatson they've got 126.825 with the Gatwick. The frequency at Gatwick now is 126.830. The same with ground, it's not 121.8, it's 121.805. So when a VATSIM going to update that, because I'm pretty sure the charts on Navigraphs have got the current up-to-date frequencies. I don't understand why they don't do something about that. Yeah, I can't even think of it right now. What's that? Of attitude descriptor. Is that me? No. So I'm just looking at Discord. Yeah, you've got the QNH set to different values on the captains and the FOs have some selection. That's why you've got that. Somebody's answered that. Discord. Anyway, back to staring out the window. Smooth off the bounce. There you go, bounce roof. I think it would be funny if the next time I'm in work I get called off a standby to do a Palma. Interesting. the landing distance. What's our landing weight going to be? 56, 3, 2.5. So 58, 59, about 59 tons-ish. This is good. Anyway, 59. Some medium just brings it in. Okay, max reverse in. Factor landing distance. I mean, that's good tries, but we're going to be a lot better than that. No? Yeah, like a few meters. It's going to be good, at least going to try. Max reverse, yeah. Yeah, that should be a problem. Much to see. Always want to do a failure just to have a bit of fun. So, fire. DC Essential. So, okay. Lots to play with. Should we see if the fuel balancing procedure works now? Oh, no, I really need to do it. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, there you go. Okay, looks good. BO. Okay as well, it's good, still warm. Okay, got sloppy everywhere. Nonce. Nonce is Cabin K as well, yeah, so everywhere on routes up to about Nonce is good. Look at these. That's all good. This looks normal there. Pressurization is good. Electrics are good. Hydraulics are good. Fuel. About 1500s. 5.5, so again, yeah, 7 tons. Balance more or less, there's no leaks. APU's good. That's fine. Doors are good. Wheels are good. It's lovely. Excellent. So where are we? Rus. 4.54 tons and 21 minutes. It's 20 minutes, 5.4. Yeah, that's not too bad actually. 5.1 plus 200 contingencies. Yeah, that's not far off. So that's actually pretty good. Right, we're going to shear on. Pass. To shear on, that's what we usually get. Double beams. Double direct. Double beams. Double fuel. So what's that? 25 past. This one's 55 since well. Give me a right winder. Medium terrain. I'm going to say it's higher now. Come on to me. Yes, where's this? 12. Yeah. Until we get to sesh, so 48 minutes time, so about 28 minutes we should be over the rest of the episode. Hey criminal. bit over the Pyrenees, just north of Barcelona, which actually is pretty accurate. There's a few clouds there, but I mean, apart from that, it's absolutely clear all the way up to sort of Rennes. Then it gets cloudy again back in the UK. It's typical, it's standard really. It does amaze me how good the weather engine can be with things like this anyway. What do you think of the jet blast? Is too long the effect? Do you mean sort of in that sort of view, Danny? In the sort of passenger view? It's not, to be honest, it's not too bad. I think it's maybe, it spreads out a bit too much. I think it's maybe a little bit thicker and maybe not quite as thick towards the end. It's, don't forget this is coming out at about 500 miles an hour, so the actual sort of the jet efflux is pretty sort of concentrated. Now it doesn't disperse that much in that sort of shorter distance. So I mean, it's good. Probably not 100% accurate, but then when you seem to reduce the thrust, or if you're descending at idle, it does seem to reduce into a much more sort of narrow band. So, it's probably not perfect, but I mean, to be honest, it's still a pretty cool effect. I don't want to press on. That's what I'm going to do. It's just these sort of things that amazes me, just the level of detail. And I don't know how good it would be when you get, really close down, but I mean, this is just what it looks like in real life. I mean, you can't really see, really intricate details. I mean, sometimes you can see little coloured dots, like, yellow lorries, or, trucks, and the odd little thing just sort of on the roads, but I mean, you can't really make up much detail, and you certainly can't make up much detail in terms of what's going on in the town. But, this is just the sort of thing you see. It's just, you're just seeing the world from, 6 miles up, and that's pretty much exactly what you see in real life. So, it's incredible, really, compared to, I think I grew up on Microsoft Flight Simulator 95, I think that was my first one that I saw. And, when you compare the sort of the differences in terms of what we see out of the window in this compared to that, it's just astonishing, really. But I mean, you could sit here, I could do this, I could create a 6-hour-long video just with this view, just as, is it AMSR, ASMR, whatever the acronym is, and just sit here just to send people to sleep. That sort of detail is incredible, because I'm fairly sure that's exactly what that north side of that mountain range looks like. That's really not some sort of glitch. That is where the rocks have fallen down, I assume. Message. Easy jumps. No ADC required. Yes, because I left on time. OTP, guys, come on. I'd love. Is there a new e-page? Message. ADC. late you were. Sometimes if you're late, you can attribute some delay messages down to 10 minutes late inbound. But I seem to think they've got that annoyingly. Config failures. Don't touch that. That's interesting. Yes, I did download the is it the Icelandic scenery mesh from Warpex the other day, and I just thought, I've got to go buzzing around that in that's a little fighter or something, maybe a little twin engine aircraft, so that'd be good fun. Default to warming colour. It's difficult to compare it really. I mean, the problem is in reality, there's so many environmental conditions that are playing a part every single day that it can be hazy quite easily, and it washes out the colour. I suppose as soon as there's a little bit of haze, everything starts turning like a. It's hard to explain really, but it's almost opaque-y, the sort of the colours sort of dilute down a bit when it's a bit hazy. I mean, when it's really, really clear, I've flown a few times when it's been so clear, it's like looking at a HD TV, where almost you think, oh my god, my eyesight suddenly got incredibly good, better than what it was on my last medical. But it's just because there's sort of no sort of pollution in the atmosphere, I think, and just suddenly the atmosphere is so clean that it's just a much clearer view. But it doesn't happen very often. You've often got a lot of haze, or you don't quite see the horizon quite as well. I think today you probably would actually. I think today's one of those days when it's going to be really, really nice. But sometimes when it's just a bit more hazy, the colours do sort of wash out a bit. Feeling left out, Nick? How are we doing? We're going to have a fuel check in a second. Do a sesh. 48 minutes, about 4 tons, 3 tons. Well, it's not going to be far off. And I think London Control is online as well, so we have a bit of ATC for the arrival, which is good. With the controllers. AC still sounds like it's going to blow up. How's the weather doing? Now we got 209. Good veers, Brooklyn 2,100 feet, 23 degrees, so that's lovely. 106. 6. 1016. 1016. 209. Is 23 degrees. Right, we just flag for this time. What fuel for load factor are you using for this? Just 0 for that. What's that for? 6. Do you mean the performance fuel factor, Danny, the one that's up here? Yeah, I don't think it's quite spot on, because according to this, contingency was what, 200? 230. It's 230 on top of 200, yeah, so about 4260. Got sesh, we got 4.5, so yeah, we're a few hundred kilograms more. Maybe did a couple of direct to slightly less on the taxi as well, so it's probably not too far off, to be fair. Some flights seem to be a lot more, there's a much higher discrepancy than others, so it's not too bad actually, it's pretty close. Southampton. So we got LF5, standard routes, we instructed direct sort of waypoints. DV, GNS, so we go. So obviously needle, someone's AT0 online, someone's over with thread and needle, someone's over with thread. No, it's not too far off, Danny. Like I said, some flights seem to be worse than others. Like this one seems to be pretty accurate, actually. I mean, if you consider I probably only used 100 kilograms for taxi, plus a contingency, that was 300 extra on top, so that was really about closer to 4.3, 4.4, about 100 kilograms-ish over that. So I'm trying to work out what I would need to change. I think I'd need to change the fuel factor in sim brief to something a lower fuel factor, because that would give me a lower block fuel, I think. But it compares, so it depends how much the fuel, I mean the fuel flow 816, that's a bit low really for a CO maybe. I'd expect that to see closer to a ton either side. Neos can get down to about that, you know, 39,000 feet. You can get down to below a ton quite easily, but even on the 321s as well, you know, you get a relatively light 321, and they can easily burn less than a ton an hour on both sides. But the 320s they do burn a little bit more, so yeah, that's probably closer to about a ton an hour. Anyway, so needle, threads, thread the needle, thread needle, and then to Sam, and then we can see, so maybe this one's 038 to 7.2, and then back in. Looks good, 3000's the mist. DB's good. Guessing there's no, there is DB good, that's okay for enough. May temporarily leave control airspace the base term radar by takeoff to localise may not be provided a period of level flight prior to glide descents. Okay. Well, they might be able to give us a deconfliction service potentially. 3,000 down to 800, so yeah, 1,200 feet to lose. That's pretty good over 7 miles. Slightly steeper, 3.1, 244. 244 is the minimum. Should be fine. And so probably want to be green dot over the top off. Yeah, which isn't there. What's that missing? Right, where's my procedure? Why is it? It's dumped itself for some reason, so that's what we'll do. That looks better. Needle 70. 210 knots at needle. If I have to. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Don't really want to be doing 210 knots there, but okay. 185. Yeah. Assist. What's their speed? 183, yeah, that would work. Right, looks good. Excellent. Right, can you engaged. Really need to back it up. Data. GHI20. Fuel, 18 minutes. Yes. Yeah. 18 minutes, 600 kilograms. I'm probably splitting hairs here, but 600 kilograms is probably closer to 15 minutes, but yeah, there we go. Anyway, CNR is about 2 tons. Secondary, I believe that is, it is. Oh no, you've had a crash of desktop. Dark. Well, I mean, like I said, my computer sounds like it's about to take off to Mars or something. It's making very unhealthy noises, which you're probably going to have to help me with a bit later. But you know, it's hanging in there. It's you know, it's got stamina. I'll give it that. Right, where are you? That's got to be Bordeaux somewhere around here. Cognac. Yeah, Bordeaux knots. Let's grab some nonsense. And no, see, so we got knots, I think. Did we get knots? Yeah, knots is good. Cavalcade. Let's get phones. Like that. AGGD. Bristol, there we go, westerly winds, good viz, but yeah, a bit of low level clouds, usual sort of thing, that's fine, 20 degrees, that's okay. Can I get ATIS, is it digital ATIS? Is it on the fly pads, EFB? Left 230 at 12, good viz, bit of clouds, 23 degrees, so yeah, so that's fine. And so yeah, that's good, we've seen that, so good, so the run looks good. I see La Rochelle, it's BH. Down here somewhere. It's an interesting little airport to go into. It's again a pretty small runway. Oh, gutted for you, Dark. That's a pain in the arse when that happens. See you later, Nick. Have a good day. standby RAM. Okay. What's Blender Dark? Isn't that meant to design things? Shell down there, and it's somewhere, I can't remember exactly, it's there I think, where they've got the high tower. They do the not cliff, but it's cliff diving, but it's not off a cliff, it's off a big old fort. It's about 30 metres up. There's the very short runway. Definitely that Yorkshire livery. Far till descents, Southampton. Yeah, about 15-20 minutes. Well, it's a reasonably straightforward brief, this one, I suppose. Have a look at the charts. Enjoy today, enjoy the roll from this. No worries, Marvin, thanks. Have a good day. There we go, thread 1 Sierra. So we're down to flight level 70, both for thread and needle, it's 210 knots. I think it's just this is just to accommodate any arrivals and departures going into Gatwick and Heathrow, which will sort of come in this direction, so just getting just below any of the other traffic going into the other London airports. So from Needle, it's quite a distance there, it's probably about 20 miles or so, to run towards Southampton, which will be a while. So basically I'll just aim to be about 3,000 feet overhead Southampton. And I think it's at about 185 knots or so, which is fine, we'll do that flat one. Just flying about 7.2 miles on the 038 track. And we're just turning back inbounds to pick up the sort of ILS. And descent points looks like 5.2, yeah, so we'll turn back and then start going down about 5.2 miles. That's 1,800 feet, so we'll have flap 2 out before we get to 1,800 feet, so we need flap 2 out before 2,000 feet. And gear down probably just before that as well, and then flap 3 and flap 4 after that. It's 3.1 degree slope, so just yeah, definitely a flap 2, flap 4. Minimum is 244 feet, that's fine, visibility is good. Best approach for you to do is just straight ahead 3,000 feet, which is fine, that's what we can do. And that's pretty much it for the arrival. Landing, probably expect to use most of the runway down, so I'll get off an Alpha. May do, but if we don't, we'll just turn around and turn back at the end of the runway, turn back in Alpha and then back where we started. And then flat 3 and flat 4 after that. 3.1 degree slope, so 3.1 degree slope, 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 3.1 degree slo So that pretty much covers most of it. The weather's good, so that's not really a factor. Trying to reduce turbulence from 0 to 2, that won't be a factor to us. Strong easterly winds curve, building induced turbulence must be controlled to 0. Bear that in mind. So yeah, the weather's good, the aircraft's good, no times, nothing to affect us. Threats, we've kind of discussed the main one, the sort of shorter runway. The other big threat is obviously a bolt landing because it's a short runway. So really what we want to do is we touch down next to the back piece at the aim point. It's a narrow runway as well, so the visual perspective is going to be ever so slightly different. Because it's narrow, you're going to look a little bit high, so just be able to trust the glide slope, trust the pappies, just drive it down to the aim point with a bit of a flare. But the threat to that will be flaring too much and then effectively floating. So if we do that, it's not like we're going to go down, it's a bolt landing, so just have control toga, and then we'll just go to toga and leave everything as it is, get the aircraft back in the air, and then we've just got a nice positive climb, and we'll just say go around flaps, and just do the standard go around actions. Hopefully that won't happen, but it's up our sleeve if we need to do it. Flight plans all in, constraints there, right now India Sierra November, Sierra November, 10.75 is in, 1, runway's there, all the berth is in, weather, minimums, config full, bit of extra fuel, probably enough to give it another go before we have to go to Gatwick, but really depends on the reason we've gone around. Secondary I've left alone, full flap, full reverse, I will use minimal brake just to stop. And that pretty much covers all of it, I think. As much as I say, London Control is online, yeah. Yeah, they're 136. Oh. I did tune that in. Who's played on my bloody R&Bs? Yeah, I thought it'd gone offline. Yeah, that's a shame. Never mind, we'll do it ourselves. Hello, Andres. A up. I think A up would be a great call sign. Yeah, I can see Kevin having that one. Oh, should I bring some circuit breakers? These winter brakes, they should be red collared for you. Just have a red collar around us. Not allowed to touch them. Alright, nearly there, 5 minutes, we'll start going down. Wow, is it half 2? Else come online. Let's look. Nope. Is any other arrivals? No, just me. Oh, good. At least I can do what I want. Scandinavia always seems to have a lot of controls online. That's good. I like that. Let's do some more SAS flights maybe. That could be the next stream. I might do another stream tomorrow. Has anybody got any ideas of what I could do, where I could go? I might not do it there, we're too sector. I might just do a flight to one place and that'll be it. I don't know. It's pretty much got all day again, so I suppose I'm free to do quite a few things. Telex blank. Troll. You sent that. Nothing there. I don't know, Dark. I mean, I've got all day, like today, really. I'm sure there's something I'll have to do at some point, but if I had a longer flight, then I wouldn't have to be on it the time. I have a bit of time to make phone calls if I needed to, or just a 2-sector, shorter 2-sector bit like this where I'll be a bit busier. But I do need to get this PC sorted because, yeah, no, it still sounds like it's going to explode. So I think I might need to send some photos to you. And, it might be, I might have to take it apart on the kitchen table. We'll start prodding it. Not long, criminal 25-30 minutes. Scheduled to be on the ground at just after the hour. So yeah, it's just a little over half hour. The title and description. What's wrong with the title and description? I haven't really got a description, to be fair. I was going to pad that out a bit afterwards, but yeah, could do Madeira, potentially. There is scenery, isn't there? I've seen scenery. Yeah, potential. Are we there? Yeah, we are. Let's go down. There we go. Lost our. I just had some zero. And everyone descends. Airport, if I'm not oh, is it? No, so you don't really need to get scenery for. Yeah, I don't know. There's obviously a lot of handcrafted airports out there. There's a lot of scenery out there. And yeah, so sometimes I just think it's worth buying the scenery because I don't know. It's just, isn't it just that little bit better than handcrafted? I've not really looked enough, to be honest. Well, the reason I haven't really looked is because I don't even know how to fly around in the airport using the drone sort of view. Like I can pan around the cockpit, but I don't actually know how to physically go around and and look at all the scenery in detail. Hello mate, you're right, you're still alive. Good boy. So when Daddy's nearly done, we'll have a play after this. If anyone's wondering, I'm talking to my dog. No sausage. Yeah, buddy. Typing squirrel, I am one of those, yes, and I do work for an airline, but that's about as much as I say, I'm afraid. Anonymity is a very important thing, especially when you work for airlines that don't particularly like social media. Arrow keys. Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel stupid. Well, that's easy, isn't it? Is that Jimmy Ford? Two telex. Another black one. There we go. Expect to stand 4. Can we park on 4? I don't know if we can park on 4. Might be able to. I'm not sure the 320s are allowed to park on 4. I think it's 5 only. I think 5 or 6. Whoever sent that. I don't actually know, to be honest. There's any details. There's no real text that sort of says where you can and can't go. I'm sure there is somewhere. Forwards. I'll tell you later, Danny. Yeah. Nope. No, I didn't like that. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. See, this is why I'm streaming, so I learn so much. Oh, this is fun. I can grab a look at the camera. Hey. That's an old fap. If not, arm the doors. What's he cabin crew? Can we put the burr on? Nah. I don't know what that did. Did something. Oh, I'm stuck. What am I doing? Let's go back there. That's better. Yeah. Go for a wandering descent. It's not really the most appropriate time to do it. Right, it's there. Good afternoon, folks. I wouldn't trust me, the cabin crew duties more clue what I'm doing. Still no ATC. Never mind. How are we doing? 61 miles to threads. Yeah, it's loads of time. It might have been, yeah, I was thinking that. That's a bit ago. So if we go that way. Is that any different? I don't know. Important stuff. It's Munchkin mode. One day you'll be famous YouTube at 320 Pilot. Yeah, possibly. His technical knowledge is a lot better than mine after it. Even I watch his videos to go, yeah, I forgot about that. Or I never knew that. So he does a lot more research than I do. Alright, last level check on the weather. So 22 degrees, still good viz, 214, so it's picked up a bit. It's not a bad thing, it's headwind. Yeah, I need to get a desk and a decent office chair. And dining table chairs are not that comfy. And someone's put the joystick in. The joystick is sort of above my knee, which is just the completely wrong place. So everything's just in it's just not in the right place. The thrust levers need to be up a bit. Yeah, maybe it needs to be up a bit. The side stick needs to be like a bench or something next to it. How long have we been doing flight sim for? I mean, days, I suppose. Really? I mean, I used to have a sim, years and years ago, before I ever became a real pilot. University, this and everyone else, donkeys years ago. And I've never really needed it since, because I became a real world pilot, so I didn't really need a sim. It's just a bit superfluous, really. I'd go flying for real. But no, Gavin, if you know him, he's a jet sim pilot. He was very kind and donated me a PC to allow me to join him. So here I am, joining in the fun on the sim, and showing you all how not to do it. Just showing you how crap I can be. Speed. Right, let's strap him in. Down. Cabin landing, please, thank you. Do you recommend doing integrated modular? What's a good question? I'm sure where you did. No, I did go through a specific school, so I didn't do it modular. Would I recommend it? Oh, it's a difficult question, I suppose. I don't even know how much it costs nowadays. And I don't know how you get into an airline. I don't know you know, if airlines only take cadets from particular schools, you know, from integrated schools or whether, you know, they consider people that have done modular routes. I mean, I know you can join airlines as non-type rated pilots, so long as you've got a prerequisite amount of hours. You know, so that's the hours, I suppose. So, you know, if you had 500 hours on a, I don't know, turboprop type thing, you know, you would probably get a look in. But, you know, as a cadet, you probably have to join and go to a school, maybe, but don't quote me on that, because I don't know. Of course, it depends on the airline. You know, Ryanair, EasyJet, British Airways, Lufthansa, Iberia, Vueling, you know, they all probably have different schemes, different entry requirements, depends on what country you're in. Yeah, I mean, if you can afford integrated, because I mean, usually there's a premium for that, but I mean, the price you're paying in the premium is, you are effectively fast-tracked, I suppose, or, you know, the sort of entry into an airline is probably a lot easier. There's probably less obstacles, because you're sort of a known product. MPR VisiJet is very good. Guaranteed job. Well, yeah, there's no such thing as a guaranteed job, I'm afraid. You know, you can get all the way through to your line training, and you can be crap, and you can be dropped. So I've seen it many times, which is very sad. You know, I've seen people fail their type ratings, or, you know, even worse, I've seen people do type ratings, not pass the type ratings, and then the airline that they did the type rating with has gone bust. And they're completely buggered because they're now no longer type rated. They weren't type rated in the first place, and they don't even have an employer. So, yeah, it's difficult. I mean, you know, we are talking very small percentages, but, you know, just be aware there's no guarantees of anything, unfortunately. Right. Anyways, 10,000 feet thrust idle. Speed is good. Going down 7,000 flying level. Lots of track master. Is that 40 miles? Yeah, 40 miles before we can get to Southampton. You have to speak native German. Yeah, you do. Yeah. So, I mean, if you are German, obviously it's not a problem. But same as, you know, most sort of national carriers. You know, sort of Spanish, French. You know, Air France. I mean, I'm fairly sure you've got to be. Well, I don't think you just have to speak French. You probably have to be French to work for Air France, or certainly dual citizenship. Right, this is a bit slow and boring, so it's 250 knots. Yeah, you do it, man. Yeah, it's not, as I said, it's not, there's no guarantees, but I mean, it certainly is probably one of the better paths out there. Right, looks like we're just going to be above the tops. Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, pretty accurate, I think. I think the south coast of the UK is very similar to this at the minute. Right, approach phase activates. Yeah, doing training modular where it takes a bit longer is not always necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we're in a pretty horrific economic position at the minute, so you know, if it did take you an extra year or two to do some training, you know, you may find that the sort of job market may be a little bit better in 4 years than what it might be in 2 years. But I mean, again, it's so difficult to predict. I mean, once you're in the airline, and that's the key. Once you've got into an airline and you've got your feet onto the table, that's, you know, that's the most important thing. I suppose I should have been doing 210 knots really, shouldn't I? I'm sure ETC would allow us to go a bit faster. This green dot, green dot's 204, that'd be fun. Sam, 3000 Sam. Yeah, 3000s. Okay, VS. KH1016 is cross check for 1000 blue, and the approach checks. Find them. Approach checks Barrow KH1016 is set, so that's minimum. 244 set, the order brake is medium, and the FBs are stored, and disconnect and approach checks complete. The New Forest. And there's the runway. See it through the clouds. Lovely part of the world, from what I hear. What's the temperature? 19 degrees, so the ice is fine, it doesn't need to go on. Yeah, I would say that is correct. I mean, I think it's less risk for the airlines, I think, because the product is generally a bit well known, and there's a certain standard for sort of integrated cadets, so certainly I think it's better for the airlines. I'm sure they've got various financial deals as well. So it's, yeah, it does have its sort of bonuses, I suppose. Southampton traffic AC 83 Lima Charlie is 8 miles to the south of the airfield. Overhead of 3,000 feet for the procedural approach for the LS 420. Alright, somebody He's down there. What's he doing? Got a little bloody puddle jumper flying around. He's going in a different direction, but that's fine. Do you use for Lancer? No, I don't. I'm here because I've got absolutely no idea what that is, I'm afraid. Right, anyway, let's get some flaps out. So speed checked, flap 1. 180 knots. That's good. And after Southampton, we can go down to 1,800 feet, which is below sector safe, but it's safe where we are. Now start. Temperature's still fine. Ounce. And VS 1,800 blue. Bit bumpy. Okay, Indicia November's identified. Approaching 2,000 feet, flat 2. Yeah, again, I mean, so I don't even know what Lancer is, so I've got no idea what it does. So, yeah, I'm sure it's good, whatever it does do. Good, what's the fuel? 3 tons, that's fine. Still half an hour's worth of extra fuel. That's Southampton traffic, EC83 Lima Charlie is turning 5, runway 20 for the ILS. A little bit bumpy. Chris, it's just you just learn. I think I said this earlier. This aircraft seems to slow down better than the actual real aircraft, so it's actually a bit more forgiving, I think. And you can actually get flaps out a lot later than what you think you can. But usually, 15 miles is about flap 1. That's your ballpark figure, and then flap 2 as you get on the glide. So those are your 2 little gates. The big caveat with flap 2 though is well, SOP wise, certainly for us, you have to have flap 2 out before you get to 2,000 feet. So that's why I got flap 2 out a little bit early on this one, just because it's SOP. Otherwise it starts flagging up FDM, and so you start getting phone calls and people don't like it. So it's just to comply with that really, more than anything. But I didn't need to get flap 2 out as early. I could have delayed it until we were getting a little bit closer inbound, but it's just to really keep with the SOPs. Anyway, we're inbound, so we're going to cliff the approach, so that's all looking good. So we've got outstar, glide star, glide slip blue, lock star. Just approach altitude, if I remember, is 3,000 feet, yeah. Definitely a little bit turbulent, should be an interesting approach. Lock. A bit stuttery as well, which doesn't help. Out. Let's go manage speed. Nice little start. Let's choose set. Let's get the gear down. Squares. Let's accelerate if it works. There we go. Flat 3. Speed's checked. Flat 3. And flat 4. So we've got for the speeds, 128 VLS. Is it that right actually? It's a little bit windy. Ground speed mini will kick in. Just about. Let's do the landing checklist. So coming in secure for landing, go altitude is 3,000 feet set, and in camera move is landing loop blues. Tempted just to leave the autopilot do this most of it. And sundown from there. That's 1,000. It's looking stable. Seems to be behaving. And before I check it out, there we go.
500.
Stable. Get a tiny bit high. There we go. So I don't mind if I see 3 reds on this. I'd rather be a tiny bit low than a little
100
bit high.
above. Minimum.
Light slow.
40, 30, 20, retard.
brakes coming off. That actually worked out a lot better. Excellent. So to the right, to the stand. Let's do these. Nice slow taxiing, there's no rush, need 3 minutes. Just make sure everything's done. Southampton traffic EC 83 Lima Charlie, so runway vacated. Good, right, power and eye check, everything is done, lights are off, AP's there, coming on. Everything else, weather radar, yeah, flaps, goods. And park on stand 5, where we started. Yeah. That's a good thing though, Gaff, right? AP's available. Another hour of, another minute and 15 seconds. That's excellent, I can go off. Off, I said. AP's there. Brake pressure looks good. Spoilers, don't need them. There's a marshal, that's handy. Really pay attention to you, buddy, because I've got a stop line. Come on. That'll do. Alright, good. Parking brake. Pressure's good. Parking brake is on. I've had the 3 minutes. APU is there. Engine 1 is off. Engine 2 is off. Seatbelts. Set. Beacon. Do the rest of this. Done. Stop. Excellent. So there we go. Thank you very much, guys. If you're not started, click again. Yeah, looks good to me, buddy. Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks for joining me. 244 Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I think I said you don't want a particularly greaser, I suppose. You just need to get it on. You know, the worst thing you can do is float, and then you're in a bulk landing situation, and then you've got to go around it all again. So, yeah, might as well just get it on safely. Bit of a flare. Doesn't need to be anything special. And then that's it. Deboard. Yeah, we can start that as well. So, thanks very much, Mark. Thanks for everyone else. That's going to be it. I'm going to leave it like that, I think. I don't think there's much else for me to do. That can be done. I can go on. I'm sure there's doors and stuff I could be opening. Is there external power? Oh god, it's quite jerky. Looking around far too much. There is external power. That's on. Get everybody off. Services. Door 1, yeah, open that one as well. Good. Stairs. Yeah, it's a bit of a jumper, boys. Forward stairs, no stairs. There we go, that looks better. So, thanks very much. How's the room temperature doing? Well, I think the room temperature's alright, yeah. I don't know about the PC though, I think she's struggling. But yeah, thanks guys, thanks for watching. I will try and do something tomorrow. I think it's got a bit of time off tomorrow as well, so I might have something else to do. Might put something on the Discord server just to see if anybody wants anything specific, something a bit more challenging, a bit more fun, or just another sort of 2-sector day like this. But yeah, thanks very much, and I shall see you all soon.